Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really happy to be here today. So let me introduce very briefly. I'm the member of the CEPIS diversity team, but also I'm the leader and the founder of organization in Slovakia, ITVIT, who is working with young girls and ladies in the field of empowerment, education, and motivation. So for me, this topic of diversity in tech, it's quite, I can say, the daily job, because we are dealing with girls from 8 years old, and we know how difficult is to work with them until they arrive to the business and until they can be accepted by companies. For me, technology is the most equitable and fair sector in our economy. I think this is quite important, being fair and equitable. It provides everyone the opportunities to their professional and personal growth, to earn money. This is important also for women, and also to develop their work-life balance. So in this context, I don't understand why is no more women inside. One of the reasons of this lack of missing the woman in ICT, the lack of diversity in our working teams, lack of support for women, and not only on the hiring level, but especially on the retention level in our companies. If they don't feel welcome in the companies, they will leave very shortly. The important thing is to understand how diversity is a painful procedure. Not everyone in our companies is ready to accept women, to accept young women, to accept older people, people from different cultures, to be part of their team. So what is important, and I would like really to underline that diversity hurts, but we need it. To attract more women and girls into technologies, company need to invest more money and energy to start this procedure. So building diversity, building diverse team really costs money. But on the other side, it brings us a lot of benefits, and everyone knows how huge and big those benefits can be. Working as a member of a diversity team in CEPIS, and also working in ITVIT for quite a long time, I've passed hours and hours by discussing with governmental bodies, institutions, schools, girls and ladies. And I could see two main points I would like to mention here concerning the support of women in STEM and diversity in tech. The first point, quite important, is the dominance of women in these discussions. A lot of panels is composed only from female participants, as we are today also here. The female participation in these panels can suggest and can signify that this is only the female topic, but it is not. We need more men discussing about diversity, because as Mrs. Ladmanova mentioned, we need the commitment from leadership, and often the leadership is composed from men. So we need to have more men to do the advocacy for having more women in ICT. So the dominance of women in the discussions about the diversity, I think, can be one of the points which are not very positive for us. And the second point is the dominance of talks and discussions. You can see that we are still discussing, we are presenting reports, we are doing a lot of statistic analysis, we are preparing a lot of action plans, but the results are still not going better. We still have in Europe about 17% of women in ICT, and this number didn't change in last year. So we have still the small percentage of women, even if we are discussing and speaking a lot. Why is this so? I think we spend more time by discussing as by doing, because talking is cheap. Action costs money. So for being more positive, in the CEPIS we have developed the diversity charter. Mrs. Ladmanova mentioned different diversity charters, but I would like to highlight the diversity charter for women in technology and women in STEM fields. The charter run by CEPIS is based on 3 different levels, starting with the bronze level, going to silver and gold. Each of this level will guide companies and associations how they can develop the programs and activities to attract and retain more girls and women in ICT. Also, it will give you some guidance and support tools for starting this program, and also creating a network and being a part of the network, which can be very helpful for you. And the final point for us is really to have the rising number of women working in STEM fields and working in technology, because diversity in technology is something we need for the next generation, not just for us. And I would like to invite you to check the diversity charter and use this tool for starting doing the first steps. And I hope that the companies and people looking at this stream will check the page and really will use it as a tool which can be very helpful for them. So thank you. And I think for us it's quite important to be aware of the thing that diversity is important. We need it, even it's really painful and it hurts. So thank you. I'm really brief, but I hope that you can understand it well.